Hello to all my dear followers, and welcome back to Secrets Behind the Stars. Every twist, every whisper, every detail you've been waiting for is right here. Before we dive into the heart of today's story, don't forget to subscribe and tap like so you don't miss a single update. Because what happened today didn't just make headlines, it sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Just days before welcoming her first child, the talented actress Cemre Arda broke her silence in a way no one saw coming. Her voice was steady but filled with layered emotion as she faced a small circle of reporters. Then she said the sentence that instantly lit up social media and left fans breathless: "The only person who will be with me during the birth is Gökberk." Yes, she meant actor Gökberk Yıldırım. Those few words cracked open a private world the public had only been guessing at. Cemre, who has guarded her personal life with unwavering grace, had just named the man she trusts most in her most vulnerable moment. And in an instant, the internet ignited, speculation, admiration, disbelief, and hope surging together like a tide. If you've followed Cemre's journey, you know she's a consummate professional who rarely lets the camera follow her home. Yet lately, she's been one of the most talked about figures, not just for her on-screen triumphs but for her thoughtful quiet during pregnancy. She rarely posted, rarely spoke, and when she did, it was careful, concise, and tender. Today, that tender reserve opened just enough for everyone to glimpse what mattered most. At a recent event, someone asked about her birth plan. The room went still. And then came the honesty that put everything in motion. "This is a very intimate, delicate moment for me," she said softly. "I wanted someone beside me who gives me genuine peace. Someone I trust completely. Gökberk has been with me through this entire process. He's my strongest support. He's become like family." Within minutes, fan pages overflowed with comments and theories. Clips were shared and reshared, each replay magnifying her tone, the calm in it, the certainty. Confirmation quickly followed. The Gökberk she spoke of was indeed Gökberk Yıldırım, one of the most compelling actors of recent years. The pair first met months ago on the set of a series that turned into a sensation, thanks in no small part to their electric screen presence. Their scenes crackled. Their silences said as much as their words. And audiences felt it all. For months they insisted they were friends, nothing more, and many believed them. Others weren't so sure. But now, Cemre's confession has the entire internet reevaluating every look, every laugh, every candid moment from press tours and red carpets. Was there more hidden in plain sight? The reactions were split. Some applauded Cemre's sincerity, celebrating the courage it takes to choose emotional safety over public expectation. Others insisted the words hinted at something deeper, perhaps a love quietly taking root beyond the frame, tender and deliberate, choosing privacy over spectacle. Either way, the conversation exploded, and the question on everyone's lips became the same: what does this mean for Cemre and Gökberk? In the hours that followed, attention pivoted to Gökberk Yıldırım. He didn't rush to post a statement or capitalize on the moment. Instead, insiders began speaking. Close sources, the kind who've watched both stars move carefully through the past months, confirmed what many suspected: Gökberk has been a steady presence from the first trimester to now. Doctor's appointments? He was there, quiet, protective, unassuming. Difficult days? He showed up, no fanfare, no entourage, just the kind of support that doesn't ask for credit. And then came a follow-up interview, a softer sit-down where Cemre expanded on her feelings. "I'm about to experience the most important moment of my life," she said, choosing her words like precious stones. "I wanted someone beside me who understands me completely." From day one, Gökberk has been incredibly supportive. "His calm gives me peace, and my family respects my decision." Each sentence felt like a door opening, and with it, the sound of hearts racing on the other side. Every detail from that interview sparked more debate. Was this simply the purest form of friendship, or the first careful steps of something much more? Fans began combing through their archives, resurfacing photos from festivals, award nights, charity events. The smiles were easy. Their posture, relaxed. The warmth between them, unmistakable. People stared at those images again and again, convinced they could see something they missed before. a look that lingered, a hand resting just a little longer, a private joke cracking through a public moment. The series they shot together came roaring back into conversation. Viewers replayed entire scenes, reaching for signs. The chemistry, already praised during the show's run, felt even more vivid in hindsight. Was the tenderness on screen an echo of a truth off-screen? Fans had shipped them from the start, now those ships felt like they'd found wind, and the horizon was full of possibility. Still, amid all the frenzy, Cemre's choice stands above the noise. She didn't declare a new relationship. She didn't deny it either. She didn't need to. The story she told was simpler, and, in its own way, more profound, choosing the person who gives you peace when everything else is uncertain. It's a choice people make every day in quiet rooms and dim hallways, a choice that rarely gets headline treatment. Today it did, and millions felt the truth of it. As the date draws near, curiosity grows louder. Will Gökberk remain the steady anchor in the delivery room and then step back, content to keep everything private? Or is this the beginning of a new chapter for both stars, one written not for the cameras, but still visible in the way they move through the world? No one can say. But the path ahead feels charged, like a scene set just before the reveal. Fans are waiting, breath held, eyes fixed on notifications. What will Gökberk say if he speaks at all? Will he mirror Cemre's gentle courage? Will he call it friendship? Will he call it love? Or will silence remain their safest refuge, at least for now? In a landscape that feeds on declarations, their restraint is a headline of its own. Meanwhile, admiration for Cemre has only grown. Her composure, her grace, her willingness to say just enough without surrendering what's hers, these are the qualities that have defined her career and now define this moment. She reminded everyone that not every grand feeling needs a grand stage. Sometimes the most honest love language is simply showing up, again and again, when it matters most. The industry is talking. Colleagues whisper backstage. Directors, co-stars, stylists, people who live in the margins of this world, share soft observations. They mention how Gökberk reaches for the small things, a bottle of water, a shawl, a quiet word when the lights get too bright. They notice how Cemre's shoulders relax around him, how her laughter lands differently when he's near. None of it is a confession, but all of it feels like one. And yet the narrative remains carefully human. Cemre is preparing for birth, a threshold both monumental and fragile. She is steadying herself with help she trusts. Gökberk, in turn, continues to be there without fanfare, without turning their private rhythm into content. If there is a love story here, it is choosing to be slow, choosing to be kind, choosing to be real before it is public. Still, the montage plays in everyone's mind, the red carpet glances, the interviews brimming with playful evasions, the wrap party photos where their smiles curved in the same direction. Fans have always been good at reading between lines. This time, even the lines themselves seem to glow. And there's the series, their shared undertaking, the world where they first learned each other's timing. Back then, they were two professionals building a story that wasn't theirs. Somewhere along the way, the story changed. Or maybe it didn't change at all, maybe it simply drew closer to something true. That's the question that keeps the comment sections buzzing late into the night. None of this would matter if Cemre hadn't chosen to speak, to step into the delicate space where public curiosity meets private necessity. Her words were not an announcement. They were a boundary drawn with kindness. They were an invitation to understand her choice without demanding more. And remarkably, that was enough to move millions. So here we are, waiting for the next beat. Will there be a soft post from a hospital corridor? A short message of gratitude signed by two names? Or will everything remain exactly as it is now, quiet, tender, unconfirmed, and undeniable in its own way? Whatever happens, today will be remembered as the moment when one sentence rearranged the conversation. Because the truth is, Cemre did something rare in a world that often rewards spectacle. She chose presence over performance. She chose the person who steadies her over the story everyone wants. And if the whispers are right, if there is love here, then it has already shown what kind it is, the kind that stands nearby, holds a hand, and lets the room soften. For Gökberk, the next move is his to make or not make. He can stay silent and still be understood. He can speak and shift the ground beneath this narrative with a single sentence of his own. Whatever he does, it will say as much about him as her words said about her. And that is why people are watching, refreshing, hoping. Until then, we carry the image Cemre gave us, a delivery room lit softly, a heartbeat monitor tapping out time. A woman breathing through the most important moment of her life, and beside her, the person she trusts most in the world. Not a headline. Not a reveal. Just two people being exactly who they need to be, exactly when it matters. One more thought before we close: the photos circulating now are more than nostalgia. They're a testimony to something consistent. In them, you can see Cemre's eyes relax when she looks at him. You can see the way Gökberk keeps a half step behind her on crowded nights, protective without making a show of it. You can see why people believe in them even without words. And if this is simply friendship, then it is the kind that deserves celebration, because it has carried someone through an extraordinary passage with grace. If it is love, then it started the way the best loves often do, quietly, respectfully, like a hand reaching for another in the dark and finding it there. Whatever truth rests between them, this moment belongs to Cemre. She asked for peace, and she chose the person who brings it. She put feeling ahead of chatter. She reminded everyone, fans, critics, colleagues, that vulnerability can be powerful when it comes wrapped in intention. For that alone, she has earned even more admiration. So, what will happen in the days to come? Perhaps we'll see a small gesture that answers all the questions. Perhaps we'll be left with the same gentle mystery that made today so compelling. Either way, the story now carries a warmth that no rumor can dim. It's human. It's careful. It's real. We'll be here to follow every development, and when there's more to tell, you'll hear it first. This has been Secrets Behind the Stars, bringing you closer to the moments that matter. Thank you for watching and for always supporting this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on your favorite stars. Until next time, take care and goodbye.